Far offshore in the deep waters of Nigeria, a silent giant prepares for one of its most important operations, crude oil offtake.
Here on Abo FPSO today we'll be loading 700,000 barrels of crude to offtake tanker MT Harmonic.
This is the story of how it happens. Every crude oil export begins with strict regulatory oversight. Customs, immigration, port authority, port health authority, surveyors, and ship agents, each with a role, each with a responsibility. They arrive by helicopter, landing directly on the Abo FPSO deck. From the FPSO, the government officials are then transferred to a support vessel using a personnel transfer basket. It's one of the most unique movements in offshore operation. Simple, yet essential. The support vessel ferries the officials to the offtake tanker MT Harmonic, a massive export tanker waiting patiently in the open ocean. Before a single drop of crude is transferred, documentation and clearance must be completed. Safety, legality, transparency. Offshore, nothing begins until every signature is in place. Once clearance is complete, the officials return to the FPSO for disembarkation to ashore. With the paperwork done, the real operation begins. Next comes the pre-offtake meeting, a crucial briefing where responsibilities are assigned and procedures reviewed. Everyone must be aligned: deck crew, marine team, production team, offloading supervisors, contractors, and captains. Offshore, precision saves lives and ensures a smooth export. Now, MT Harmonic moves into position. Berthing in tandem with an FPSO is delicate. Two giants linked together by engineering, timing, and trust using a hawser line. The support vessel picks the hawser messenger line from the FPSO and delivers it to the export tanker. With careful tensioning, the tanker secures the hawser, creating the safe distance required for loading. Next, the export hose messenger line is delivered. This is the lifeline of the operation, the physical link that will transfer 700,000 barrels of crude oil. The export tanker crew connects the hose, preparing for custody transfer. Before loading begins, agents and government representatives carry out ullage and pre-offtake fiscalization. Ullage is used to determine the volume of crude already inside the FPSO storage tank. These figures form the baseline for calculating export volumes. Once all measurements are recorded, the cargo pump starts. Crude oil begins its journey from the FPSO to MT Harmonic. The offtake has officially begun. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why we're here on the FPSO. If you see, we have crude loading and sales going on. Currently loading about 700,000 barrels of Nigerian crude. This crude will be exported to a refinery and offloaded for processing. You can see here is a export tanker hose connected to the ship for loading. This activity has taken approximately greater than 20 hours, and we have two tugboats holding the vessel in position. As you can see, it's anchored in tandem to the FPSO using a hawser line to maintain stability. Other checks are in place to see that this activity progresses as normal. Plus or minus, in the next few hours, the offtake activity or crude oil sale activity will be over, and computation and analysis will be done, and this vessel will sail away with sweet crude from Nigeria to her buyers. This is what we do on the FPSO. This is one of the main reasons why we are here. When loading is complete, another round of ullage is taken. This is called the post-OFFTAKE fiscalization. This is critical for verifying the exact volume of crude that has been transferred from the FPSO to the offtake tanker. Finally, computations and documentations begin. Every barrel accounted for, every figure checked. When all approvals have been secured and all parties are satisfied, MT Harmonic departs for her next port of call, carrying the result of weeks of offshore production. The FPSO now prepares to return to normal operations until the next export window opens. From helicopter to heavy hoses and tanker giants, crude offtake is a choreography of precision and teamwork. If you have enjoyed this behind-the-scene look into offshore operations, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and share this video. This is Life Offshore. This is Mayo Abo FPSO.